Hey queens, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, Wadali, sweetie. How you guys doing? Guys, how are you loving the transformation behind me? I know, that's right. Anyway guys, if you're new in these streets, my name is Lydia and this is my queendom, darling. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also go follow me on Instagram. It's Lydia_MSM. Now today's a very beautiful day. It's so sunny outside, even though it's getting a little chilly in Beijing, child. It's getting chilly, okay? But the sun is out. I'm feeling good, and I was like, you know what, let me just record a video. And this is gonna go up on Wednesday because today's a Monday and I don't really have. How freaking rude is my camera? It literally cut me off as I was still talking. Anyway, what I was saying is that I really don't have content for today, which is a Monday, and this video that I'm recording today will go out on Wednesday. I guess you can just call me a queen who always makes a plan, darling. But anyway guys, I know I always say this, I don't want my sit down videos to be long, but they end up being long anyway because you guys know that I'm kind of long-winded. I can talk. I can literally talk myself into a coma. So we're gonna try to make this at least maximum 25 minutes. Okay, let's do that. But anyway, before I even get into the video, I want to send a little shout out to Rhea. Rhea is the real MVP. I see you, sis. I see you. Don't you ever think I don't see you. I see you, sis. So anyway, Rhea dropped a comment under my last video. I think that's where I was recapping my birthday, and she kind of requested that I do that I record a video on how to level up in your 20s, and that will be coming up soon. So I guess you can consider this part A, or part 1 rather, of that actual video. It's gonna make sense in a few minutes, okay? I just wanted to give her a little shout out because I just appreciate your support and your love. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let me just, you know, fill you in on what we're doing today. So I know that you know that everybody else knows that our 20s are literally brutal. Brutal. You're literally trying to figure a lot of things out, your career, your whole family dynamic. You're trying to figure out your relationship space. Listen, dating in your 20s is the pits, okay? It's the pits. All right, so there's just a lot going on, and there's a lot that you're trying to figure out, but we know that one thing that we have in common is just struggling to navigate around friendships. It is so hard. So I just sat down and I thought about it. I was like, I came up with 5 different points which I think can be used as a point of reference when you're analyzing and evaluating your friendships to see, are these the type of friends you want to keep? Who needs to go? Who needs to be cut off? You guys know that's my favorite word, cutting people off, okay? Who deserves to be cut off? You know, who are the friends that you're gonna love from a distance? Because we do have those friends every now and then where you're like, I love you, but I gotta do it from a distance. Like, you good, but you're not really good for my sanity. You know, I don't know if you guys have had those type of encounters where you're like, I don't necessarily want to cut you off, but there's something going on. I need to put you up there on a shelf. I'll see you later on, you know? So that's exactly what I'll be doing today. This is me assuming that you already have these friends in your life, but you're trying to evaluate and do like a process of elimination to see who are you keeping, who are you putting on the blacklist, or later on. We'll evaluate your case later on, sweetie. Or who are you just completely cutting off because they no longer fit this new queen that you're transforming into. So that's what I'll be doing today, sharing 5 different points, like I said, that you can use as a reference as you're going through your friendships, just trying to see who you want to move into your 30s and your 40s, 50s with. Because I feel like I want to be that queen where I'm sitting there gray and glamorous as hell, and I'm just sitting with my girlfriends who I've been friends with from my 20s, and we're just reflecting on our journey. We're like, we did that, you know? And in order for me to get to that point, I think it's important, not even I think, I know it was important for me to make that shift, to be like, I really don't see you walking that journey with me. I see it short term, but I don't really see it long term. So that's what we'll be doing today. I really hope you guys are going to enjoy the video, and if you do, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. It's Lydia_MSM. So let's get into the video. So anyway guys, like I said, I did compile this list of 5 items. Over here you can see, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Yes, sit down videos, how to choose friends in your 20s. And I'll basically be going through the points right now and we'll just chit chat about it and keep it moving. Okay, so the first point, do you have similar interests, values, or do you have the same character traits? This is very important because end of the day, this is what I've come to realize. I'd say around, you know, 22nd, 23rd birthday, where I realized that there were certain people that I had in my life and in my space at the time who really did not match my interest, and we didn't have the same character or hold the same values, and because of that there are questionable things that happened in the friendships. At the time I didn't really see it, but I would say it's something that I saw later on as I was reflecting back on those friendships. I was like, sometimes you get drawn into this pit of trying to see the best in people, that the red flags are in front of you, and then you're just like, man, let me give them a benefit of the doubt, you know. And I think it's important as you're evaluating your friendships, you need to honestly take that seriously. If you don't share the same values as people, there's certain things that are going to happen that test you, and it's either you are actually going to stand for something or fall for everything. You know that famous popular saying, it's either you stand for something or you will fall for any and everything. And that is so true, because you can imagine if you're going from your teen years, now you're like 20, 21, 22, 23. At that stage in life, you're highly impressionable, easily influenced. So if you are moving with the wrong circle, you are bound to actually deviate and do the wrong things, right? So it's very important for you to check your friends, you know, just sit down, sit back, just reflect on your friendships with those people, analyze them, and just ask yourself, what do we have in common? What do we have in common? When we're having conversations, what kind of conversations are we having? If our conversations are only about alcohol, drinking, boys, but when you sit down and think about it, you're like, we don't really ever have serious, deep conversations about family, about our visions, our dreams, our aspirations. Are these the type of friendships that you see yourself carrying into your 30s and 40s? Because I'm sorry, I'm at that point where let's talk about investments. Let's talk about investments. Let's talk about starting our own businesses, side hustles. I don't want to hear about a guy that you just met up, you guys, one bam, thank you ma'am, and then now you're considering dating his friend. I don't have time for that. Like I have no interest in that. And that goes down to values. If there's certain values that you uphold in your life, and there's a certain way you were brought up, there's certain values that were instilled in you because of the type of background you come from. The minute you come into friendship circles and people are coming with conflicting values to what you've always known, there is going to be a bit of tension and friction, and that's where you find people deviating from what they've always, you know, done in their life, or the teachings that have been instilled in them from either their family, their parents, church, whatever, and now you're doing things that make no sense or that actually go against you as a person and what you stand for. That's exactly where that comes in. You need to sit down and evaluate your friendships and be like, do I really see this person moving into my 30s with me, into my 40s? What kind of conversations are we having? Do we have similar interests? What exactly makes me call you my friend? That's very important. So that's the first thing you need to do. What interests do you have in common? What values do you share? And which part of your personality or character traits actually matches up to this person? And that can be the first step to you analyzing, but are we keeping or are we cutting? Yeah, so anyway, before I even move on, I want to give you an example to reference my friendship with Erica. And I'm quite sure that if you've been watching my channel for long enough, you've probably seen her, you've heard me talk about her. She's the only friend I have in Beijing, and this was a conscious decision that I made. I actually had the choice to be like, do I want to roll squad deep? And trust me, I've been there. In 2018 when I just came here, you know, you just in the space where you're like, I'm in a foreign country, there are a lot of South African people, I want to hang out with them, ended up going to clubs, drinking a lot of alcohol, doing things that I know for a fact that I wouldn't have done had I been with my friends from back home. And that goes back to you trying to fit in or settle in or trying to cope with a new environment or a new situation that you find yourself in. But I quickly came to the realization that that was not me. I felt so uncomfortable, and if you're doing something that's a bit out of your character, you're gonna feel so drained afterwards. You know, normally you're gonna go out with your friends. I can spend the whole day with Erica, whether we're drinking or just chilling, watching Real Housewives. But when I get back to my apartment, I feel so content. I feel so full. I don't know how else to best describe the feeling that I get. I feel so full. But in comparison to what I was doing in 2018, you hang out with these people, you go to these social events, and when I get back to my apartment, I feel so exhausted. It's like they're energy vampires. Like, no shade to them, but it takes so much out of me to be in that space and be in that circle. And that should have been a red light that went off in my head, that girl, you shouldn't be in this space. And this goes back to what I'm saying, analyzing your friendships. Do they actually make you feel whole and warm? I feel wholesome, man. You just feel so wholesome. You honestly feel like, oh my gosh, it just felt like I was at home reading a book and you were in the presence of somebody else. So going back to what I was saying about Erica, my friendship with Erica, we're so different yet we're so similar. And I think that's why there's a perfect balance and we're able to maintain our friendship. We're so different in a sense that I am into content creation, I'm into fashion, I am into taking pictures. You know, she knows me by now. I carry my tripod everywhere. Half the pictures that you see on my Instagram, I took my own pictures because I don't care. I'm out there with my tripod in the middle of nowhere. I take out my tripod, my snap. That's me. That's what I do. And because she knows that that's what I'm all about, when we do go out and I find a beautiful backdrop, she is more than willing to take pictures of me, because she's not going to be like, well, I don't do that, so I'm not going to do that with you, and you do that, that's you. No, we complement each other in that way, and we're able to meet each other halfway. So that's what I mean when I say those are the type of things you need to consider, that even in the differences that you may have with your friends, but those differences actually complement each other and you're able to maintain a stable friendship. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, that was a long point that I just made, but yeah, that's very important. Anyway, second point, solid sisterhood. Do they support your goals, vision, and aspirations? I think this actually just ties in with the first point that I just talked about. If your friendships are not rooted in sisterhood, then that's a problem for me personally. That's honestly one of the criteria that I use in analyzing and evaluating my friendships, to see, does this person fit the mold that I have of what a friend should be. You know, this is not the high school petty stuff where you using title, this is my best friend number one, bestest best friend. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about we relate on a sister level. We are forming a sisterhood, not just a friendship, a sisterhood. That goes back to a point in a conversation that I just had with one of my friends. And you know, don't take offense, I'm not talking about you, but I'm referencing the point that this is actually a thing. Because after I saw, you know, something, I actually brought it up, and it was a whole debate where some people are in friendships where they don't even feel comfortable bringing their friends around their partners. And that for me was just a shocker, because if I'm in a relationship, that has never even occurred to me that I'm gonna think, oh my god, looking at my man, he is so hard. I would never bring him around my friends or my cousins, because they might want to snatch him up. Because first of all, there's no such thing as a man being snatched up. He's leaving because he wanted to leave. That's first and foremost. Second point, if you need to actually put in so much energy, time and effort and dedication to ensure that you're separating your man from your friends, I'm sorry, there's a problem. First, you need to check your man, and then you need to check your friends, and then one person has to go. One person has to go. Because I don't understand, I just don't understand that whole concept. I'm not out here in a relationship thinking about my friend getting with my man getting with my friends. That would literally, like, I can't wrap my head around it. That would literally exhaust me. That would drain me. I'm not out here thinking I never want my man to meet my friends, because what? Like, I'm sorry, it's the fact that I had that discussion with my friend, and then I actually brought that up as a debate to see, is this like an actual issue? And people were saying that that's actually a fact, that in some instances you feel as though you can't bring your man around your friends. And I'm just like, no. Goes back to my second point. If I am forming a sisterhood with you, you're as good as my sister. You're as good as a person who shared the same boob with me. Do you understand? It's like you came out of my mother's womb. I am forming a sisterhood with you. In forming a sisterhood with you, I don't see the point of getting to a point where I'm so insecure thinking that you could snatch up my man or vice versa. I just don't get it. Anyway, going back to my second point, if you find yourself in situations where you don't trust your friends to a point where you can't share your dreams and goals with them because they might potentially sabotage them or whatever, kill that friendship, baby girl. You don't need that in your life. I cannot even imagine being in a position where I have this beautiful idea for my channel, but I'm thinking I'm not going to tell my friend because they might have ill thoughts about whatever it is that I'm planning. I just don't understand that, and that's why I'm saying it goes back to forming friendships that are rooted in sisterhood, because if that's the case, I trust you and love you as a sister. Therefore, I am comfortable with sharing my plans and aspirations with you, because it's in having those conversations where sometimes you get I think you should change up A, B, C, D. And these are people who, like I said, you have them in your life and you trust them with your goals, that you know the journey that I'm on and you know where I'm trying to take my YouTube channel, my fashion content, and everything else that I'm doing. So when I'm bringing an idea to you, you already know this vision that I have. So you will help me to actually kind of curate it to the best of my ability and, you know, just get myself to a point where I succeed at whatever it is that I'm doing. So if you currently have friends right now, but when you think about it, it's like if you get a job promotion, you think I'm not going to tell her, she's not going to be happy for me. Those are the type of friends that need to go. Why are you friends with them? What's the foundation of your friendship? What's your friendship rooted on? I just don't understand that. So that's very important for you to sit back and see, do these people actually support me? Do I support them when they accomplish things? Am I extremely happy for them? Am I excited for them? And vice versa. Because if that's not the energy between you guys, you have no business being friends. So second point, solid sisterhood foundation. If your friendships are not rooted in that, I'm sorry, you need to go back to the drawing board. Okay, anyway, third point, are they level-headed? Listen, I feel like these points are kind of interlinked and intertwined and whatever, but in the way they still stand alone points. When I said are they level-headed, I actually in bracket I put they give great advice and they do not lead you astray. With me saying great advice, listen, there came a point where I needed to reflect on certain friendships that I had. And you know, when you're thinking back to the advice that these people gave you, you're like, not once did this person try to kind of get a full understanding of the whole topic. The first thing they're saying is, break up with him. Break up with him. Break up with him. No, resign. Resign. Yeah, you feel that way, delete your YouTube channel. Delete it. That's a sign it shouldn't be happening. I'm sorry, I've been there. Do they give great advice, and with the advice that they're giving you, they're not leading you astray? Been there, done that, where in the moment you're really thinking this person is guiding me. And when the friendship came to an end and I was reflecting on it, I was like, wait a minute, this person, good advice versus just let it go, cut it, give it up, it's not worth it. 20-80, 20% positive, 80% most of the time it was gag advice. No, that's why I was like, I'm not surprised that their friendship eventually came to an end. Guys, I hope my eyes are not all over the place. I'm trying to ensure that my camera is focused. Okay. So yeah, anyway, going back to the point that I'm making, do these people actually give you constructive criticism? Do they give you good positive advice? If it's advice that's a little when you sit down and think about it, is it a fact that it's coming from a good place? Because if not, they got to go. They got to go. There is no point in you keeping those type of friends. And what kind of friend are you to them? What kind of advice do you give them? You need to, I think this goes back to your friendship being rooted in sisterhood, because you need to really evaluate your friendships and be like, what kind of advice have I really gotten from this person? Let's take it a step further. When you are in a very tricky, sticky situation, is this the first person you're even thinking of? Let me call that person, because I know they have a good head on their shoulders. They are level-headed and they'll be able to give me the advice that I'm looking for. You need to think about that. Are these the type of friends who can call you at 2 a.m. when it's time for you to go to groove? But you wouldn't call them at 2 a.m. if you just got bad news and you need somebody to talk to and you need a shoulder to cry on. So now when you think back to friendships like that, where in most instances where you needed someone, and by needing someone, it does not always have to be about money. You could have needed someone to talk to because you just found out that you lost a family member, whatever, and this person is not there. But the very same person can call you at 3 a.m. Or if you call them at 3 a.m. and say, hey, I just have tickets to go to a concert, Guma Kufi or whatever, they would wake up at 3 a.m. and meet you at a bus stop in a dark alley to go to that concert. But they would never leave their apartment at 3 o'clock to come console you because you're crying. I don't need those type of friendships in my life. I do not need that. So you need to really evaluate your friendships and be like, do these people have a head on their shoulders? Are they level-headed? They can give you solid, constructive, positive advice. Not people setting you up for failure, because unfortunately sometimes our enemies come disguised as friends, and then when you sit back and evaluate the friendships, you're like, I'm not really getting anything from this friendship. Aside from talking about fashion and makeup and drinking and boys and sex and whatever, we don't ever have any deep heart-to-heart conversations. If I'm going through hell right now, I might even end up in hospital from burnout or a mental breakdown, because I don't have that confidence that I can call you and you're going to be there for me. I'm sorry, like, as you're moving through your 20s, there comes a point where conversations about alcohol and the latest shoe, that does nothing for me. I need to know that if I call you right now and be like, this is my current dilemma, this is what I'm dealing with, you'll be able to give me constructive advice. That's what I need as a 29-year-old. I don't give a damn about your sex positions. I don't care about the latest bottle and the fact that if you buy a bottle of Ace of Spade or whatever they call it, it's 20,000. I don't care about that. If I call you right now telling you that, friend, can we pray over the phone, will you actually have 5 minutes to just sit down with me and pray with me? I need those kind of friends in my life, and those are the kind of friendships that I have. So now you need to evaluate your friendships and see if that's what you have. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I'm just like, I've come far, you know, in terms of friendships and the type of people I used to hang around, and seeing the friends that I have right now and the kind of friendship circle that I have right now, I'm just like, oh my word, praise the Lord Jesus. And this takes me to my second point, that a lot of people think by having friends, you're talking about, you know, it's beautiful. Whenever I see people who have that kind of circle where it's like 6 girls or 5 girls or even 4 girls, whatever, they have like a solid friendship and there's no friction or tension in between the circle, and just 6 powerful, strong queens who are just there for each other, giving each other unconditional love, care and support. I love that. But if I tell you that I do have strong friendships, but these ladies don't even know each other, these are individuals who literally play a very important role in my life in their respective positions. By the end of the day, I know that I have these ladies in my life. They don't know each other, we're not rolling squad deep, but I know that each and every person plays an important and significant role in my life. You know, I have those type of friendships where all specializes in ABCD. This one specializes in ABCD. This one specializes in ABCD. If I need, you know, spiritual guidance, I know I can have a conversation with this one. But it doesn't mean that if I go to the next one, they're not going to listen to me. But I know that this specific friend that I have in my life serves that purpose. Those are the type of friendships that I have. And I would love that for all the queens who subscribe to my channel. You need to evaluate your circle, please, and thank you. All right, and then the fourth point, which is the second last point, is what's their friendship with other women? What type of friendships and relationships do they have with other women? Are these the type of friends where you're sitting with her, you don't know her friend, she's talking crap about her friend, but then you claim that's your friend, you claim that's your best friend? I'm sorry, in looking at that, I can automatically and instantly see that you would also do that to me. What's their relationship and friendship with other women? What type of picture is she painting for you? Because essentially whatever picture that she's showing you at that point in time, that's exactly how she is with other people when you're not there. So you talk smack about me and you pull up my picture. Let me tell you something. And then she got cheated on. And you know what? He dumped her on her birthday. And this is when she took this picture just after she finished crying. No. Those kind of friends have to go. Because if she can sit there and talk smack about her friend and even go as far as showing you receipts and pictures and videos, zooming in, zoom out, I'm going to sit there and listen. Trust and believe, I'm not going to burst your bubble. I want to see how far you're going to take it. I want to see how far you're going to take it, because in doing that, I'm able to assess that situation and be like, this is how she is with other people. Because there is no way you could be that comfortable doing that just because I'm your friend and you trust me. But you could be a friend, you can be a friend to somebody else and have a more deeper relationship with them and deeper connection with them and deeper loyalty to them than you do with me, and you will do the very same thing to me. You know, so that's very important. What type of relationship do they have in relation to other women? And then the last point, are they a ride or die? By ride or die, we're not talking about a friend, I'm thinking of doing ABCD, and you know that's a gag thing that they want to do, and then you just like, do it friend, do it friend. No, that's a friend who's leading you astray. Are they a ride or die, as in like, this is your girl, this is your girlfriend, this is your queen? You know you have a friend in them, you have a sister in them, you have a counselor in them, you have a confidant in them. Listen, let's, you know, hop over the fence and go slash his tires. Ride or die. I'm kidding. I mean, that is a form of a ride or die. But that's not what we're talking about. Okay, no, we're not doing that. We're not slashing tires. But, so we're not doing that. But the point that I'm making is this person a ride or die? Do they have the qualities to be a ride or die type of person? If you're about to get married and, you know, and now people must be at your house dicing up vegetables and whatever, is she going to be there for 2 days doing that with you? Is she a ride or die? You just bought a new apartment and you need to repaint the walls. You're going to do it yourself. Does she pull up and help you to paint those walls? Is she a ride or die? If you're in hospital right now, do you think that's the type of friend that will drive, I don't care how far you have to drive, but to come and sit by my bedside at least once, to come and pray with me and pray for me? Is that the type of friendship that you have? Kind of connection that you have with this person? Is that the kind of friendship that you have with them? You know, but at the same time, I think it's important for you to analyze, are those the type of friendships that you want? Because right now I'm talking about people who actually want good, healthy, sisterly friendships that they're carrying into their 30s and their 40s, like I'm saying. That's what I know I want for my life. So with you watching this video, I hope you're looking at it as, you know, you're not just thinking short term. I'm talking long term. Do I see myself in future, you know, I have commitments and I can find a babysitter, my mom can, you know, help me look after my kids? Am I confident enough and comfortable with dropping my son off with you and my daughter off with you? When I leave my child with you, I'm going to be as comfortable as I would have been leaving my child with my mother. Do you understand? Those are the type of friendships going into my 30. I'm literally turning 30 next year, and I'm like, I am so happy with my friendships right now, because I know that I have so many different queens who are playing their respective roles in my life, and these are my ride or die. Like, these are my queens. These are my queens. Do we roll squad deep, a group of 10, and we can go to Zanzibar together? Maybe one day that would happen, but that's not the sole nucleus of my friendships with them. You know, it's not founded on we were rolling squad deep. They don't know each other, like I said, but each and every queen that I have in my life play their respective role, and I love and appreciate all my friendships. So do you have ride or die queens in your corner? Do you have ride or die queens in your corner who, when the going gets tough, they can rip off their wigs and get their hands dirty? Or do you have, you know, the girls who are going to be like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to do that. Call me when you're fine. You're having a breakdown. Call me when you're good. Call me when you're good. No, I don't want that. I personally do not want that. And that brings me to the end of my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't want it to be long, but I can already see that it's going to be ridiculously long. But if you watched till this point, I really hope you enjoyed it. And once again, do let me know if you enjoy this type of setup where I'm just sitting on the floor and, you know, I'm just feeling like, If you enjoy this kind of content, just let me know down in the comment section, and I'll continue every now and then in between my vlogs and my styling videos. I can actually, you know, upload content like this where we just sit down, get candid, you know, just get to talking and chatting. Just let me know in the comment section. And once again, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. and go follow me on Instagram. It's Lydia_MSL. Anyway, until next time, queens, stay fabulous, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.